Hey party people, Techno here, sharing some footage from a Shadowhawk Defense Series match that I recently shot. On this first stage, I'm the first shooter up, so overall, honestly, it felt like a pretty slow start to the day. I immediately miss an opportunity to reload as I transition from this set of targets on the left over to this set of targets on the right, which is going to cost me some time as I go to slide block on this third right-hand target. Once we top back up, move up and finish off those last three. It also struck me that the first target on the right was fairly close to the 180, and that got a little bit in my head. Probably slowed me down and had me being more cautious than was necessary, but safer is always better. In this match, I'm shooting my Beretta PX4, which has me in production irons, 1 of 8 in that division. 15-round mag cap, you can Barney load the first mag, that's fine. And watching this stage in retrospect just looks like a casual stroll. I'm really not sure why I'm going so slow. I could have easily picked up the pace here. As for the targets, it's 2 on paper or 1 in the A zone to neutralize, steel down to neutralize. It's a 5-second penalty for failure to neutralize and a 10-second penalty for failure to engage, which is on top of the failure to neutralize, which makes that quite a big hit. These Defense Series matches at Shadowhawk offer options to shoot handgun, PCC, even 22 rifle. Within the handgun division, you can use 22, or you can use the more standard 940, 45 in production irons, as I mentioned, carry optics, open division. So there's a wide variety of shooters and gear at this particular. This stage was the only stage of the match where we started with an unloaded handgun, so you had to load as you moved from the start point into the shooting box. The other interesting aspect of this stage was that many of the targets were only available from one shooting position, but some you could have hit from multiple positions, which would have cost time. But I was primarily focused on making sure that I hit all the targets so as to avoid that 15-second failure to engage penalty, while not shooting the targets multiple times, because that also would have wasted time. My holster is one thing you obviously cannot see in this video, and what I'm using is a Safariland ALS SLS holster, which is absolutely not the fastest holster to draw from for a match like this, but I wanted to get the practice on that, so I was willing to sacrifice some time. I'm not going to win anyway, just to be able to have the practice and the time on utilizing the holster. And this stage is another one, much like the last one, but to an even higher degree of where certain positions, those targets were obscured in all but one position. Although for a few of them, you could have had the opportunity to potentially shoot multiple times and use up some time on the clock by doing that. By this point, the day has developed into an absolutely brutally hot day, and I am drenched in sweat, but that did bring a couple lessons learned with it. The first of which is, I have the rubberized Talon grips on my PX4. I would definitely benefit from the rougher texture kind of skateboard tape grips. The other thing is I saw one of the other shooters using the kind of hand chalk that you would use with rock climbing, which I thought was absolutely brilliant, so I will be trying that out in the future as well. Because all of the sweat at this point is making it very hard to maintain a solid grip on the gun and control that recoil, even as low as the recoil on the PX4 already is. This stage is clearly not as dynamic as the other stages have been with a static shooting box, but it did push the marksmanship just a little bit more, and actually almost bit me because I very nearly dropped 5 points in this stage, and maybe rightfully so. The only thing that saved me was there was a nick on the very side, you can see here, that did cut the perforations, and I got credit for that. Did I actually do that? I don't know. That could have been something on that target that somebody forgot to paste up earlier, but it saved my butt. And here we are at the 7th and final stage of the day. I don't know why, but I really like this stage, despite the fact that it was the only one that I took a penalty with a failure to neutralize on this target. Although maybe not the first one I deserved, as we just saw. But overall, I was really happy with my raw time. And as far as the match goes, I had a great time. I thought it was a fun match. All of the staff at Shadowhawk are fantastic. All of the shooters here were great, awesome to hang out with. So I would highly recommend it. More of a casual match if you are anywhere in the vicinity of Shadowhawk Defense. With that, thanks for watching, everybody. I truly appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, I will talk to you later.